To set up a new 301 redirect, you want to go to the settings area and click on 5-second redirect. That is the name of the plugin that is used to set up these URL redirects called 301 redirects. Now the purpose of this is, let's say we have an old site and we are creating a new one, and some of the URLs are different for for some of the pages. Now some will be the same. Let's say we have an about page or we have a contact page. The majority of these are going to be the same. So if we go to the about page, okay, so we're on the about page on the old site, and we can see that after .com it is just about, and on the new one after .com it is the same thing. So we would not need to set up a redirect for this, because if someone has this old URL, then when they try to go to that same URL, it'll just automatically go to the new page on the new site. But there are some times when the URL is different. So on the old site, if we have maybe a significant page that's specific to our website, not just like a normal about page or a normal contact page, but we have something that's kind of like products that we provide or we sell or something like that, and sometimes these URLs do change. So on the old site, this one says products, and if we go to the new one, this products page says hydraulic products. So for this one we would need to set up a 301 redirect, because what would happen is if someone would type this in on the new site, let's say someone would go to this page on the new site, they would go to a page that would either have nothing on it, it would either be a page that you don't really want people going to, or sometimes you will get a 404. Let's just type in some URL that is not on the new site, and sometimes we'll get something like this where it's a 404 and the page is not found. So to avoid this, this is where we set up a redirect. So let's set one up for the products. So what will happen is, once the new site is live, we want everyone that has a URL from the old site to be able to put in that URL that they have and be directed to the correct page. So let's set up one for the products page. And what we need is, let's go to 5-second redirect, create a new redirect rule, and in source URL we want to put in the old URL. So we would want to put in everything after .com, starting with the first / and everything after it. Copy that, put that into source URL. So here's the old URL that we want people to be redirected from, and now we want to find our new URL on the new page. We want to get everything after .com, and we'll paste that into the target URL. Hit save, and by default it'll say 301 moved permanently, and that's the one that we want. So we'll click save, new rule's been created, and we'll click OK. Now let's try this on something that is more unique to the page. So one of the products, we will use this hydraulic stabilization systems as an example. Click that. Here is the old URL that people may have. They may have a link to that URL. So we want to make sure that they're redirected to the new hydraulic stabilization systems page. So let's find the new page. Here's the new hydraulic stabilization page. And we can see that the URLs are different. This is hydraulic products, hydraulic stabilization system components. And on the old one, it just has portfolio item stabilizing systems. So we want people to be redirected to this new URL. So let's get everythingafter.com from the old site, copy, and we want to create a new rule. Paste the old one into source, and we want to get the new one, everythingafter.com. Copy that and put that into the target URL. Hit save, and then it'll update. So let's try this one out. Let's put in this old URL and make sure that our redirect is set up correctly. Let's just go to a different page for right now. Alright, so let's paste in our old URL. So now this is the old URL, and this should redirect to the new one that we just set up the redirect for. Let's put that in, and there it is. It was redirected to the new URL. So what is really what comes down to this is you need to search through the old site, and everything that you want redirected, like you can even do it with PDFs. You can do it with PDFs, you can do it with images, just different links, and it's just basically creating the new rule, putting the old URL into source, and then putting the new URL after.com and pasting that into the target, the page that you want them to be redirected to. This is really handy. This is also search engine optimization. It's beneficial to that. Google can recognize if people are getting a lot of 404 errors. Google can recognize that, and your site can get hurt where it ranks because of these redirects not being set up. So this is kind of a crucial thing to set up when you're going from an old site to a new site and there are new links that people might need.